Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is a Black Manga Critic here. Setting everything up. I had to set everything up. I'm all good. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. All right. So we are currently on chapter 16. No, yeah, chapter 16. All right. Welcome to the Battle Angel Alita Last Order Read-A-Thon. All right, part 3. That's where we're at right now. We finished the omnibus, the first 5 omnibus volumes, the deluxe edition. Finished that a while ago. And now we're gonna be finishing up the first omnibus for Battle Angel Alita. So we've gone through a lot. All right. That I remember looking at it in the bookstore, and I was like, this thing is massive. I can't buy this. Like not like this. So I had to go digital. Really great decision. It's much easier just on me, like physically, to read it digitally. In an odd way, I prefer reading books, but it was just so massive. I just couldn't like hold it in my hand and like do that for like a long period of time, and it just wasn't gonna work out. All right. So Battle Angel Alita time. Getting back into it. This is gonna be a pretty short stream, like relatively speaking, right? Like the other streams tend to be pretty long, but this one's going to be relatively short. All right, because I'm only gonna cover chapter 16 through 18, I believe. And there's some extra stuff, but I don't know if I'm gonna read that on stream. I'm not sure. I don't think I'm gonna do that, but let's see. All right, y'all have been asking for those Alita streams. It's finally here. Sorry about saying it was gonna happen on a different day and then not doing it, but we're here now. All right, so let's get into it. Yo, Lord Peanut, what's up? Michael, what's good? Good to have y'all here. And let's get into it. All right, one of my cats is meowing. This is just what my cats do. All right, if y'all don't already know. All right, let's get into it. All right, so I'm gonna be reading a little bit of chapter 15 because I just want to make sure that I'm aware of just the different factions, as clearly just so that they're clear in my head. Because it's been a while since I've kind of gone back to the chapters, but I'm pretty great on where we are and what's happening, and the state of Alita and everyone else that is helping Alita. So let's go into it. Let's sort of go to the end of chapter 15. I'm gonna read a little bit of that just to kind of refresh my memory, and then we're gonna move into chapter 16. All right, so let's do it. So we know about Mars, and we get a lot about about the structure of Mars on a planetary level, and then we get a bit about let me make this larger. All right, smaller than that. 50 is too much. 25 is good. Okay. So we get 4 roughly divided groups, right? Currently vie for supremacy, and I just want to read these again just so I have them in my head fresh. So there's an MRH, which is the Mars Republic Mars Republic Army, okay, founded by Republique Venus to unify Mars and make it join the Republique. And then there's the MFB, the Mars Front. I can't pronounce that, but I just go with the MFB. All right, or the Mars Front, I guess. Funded by the Jupiter Union to unify Mars and make it join the Union. Okay. Then there's the Mars Kingdom Parliament. All right, latter spearheaded attempt at constitutional monarchy. Y'all know I don't mess with that. All right. Army of the New Third Reich, an emergent group calling itself the Last Battalion that aims to unify Mars, resurrect the Third Reich, and conquer the entire galaxy. Oof. All right. Okay, so we got a lot of factions, and all of them have their issues. Like, it's very clear just from reading through it. All of them have their issues. Okay. There are a lot of sort of issues in terms of power, in terms of the right to rule, in terms of a sort of almost forced kind of unification movement that always comes with issues. Always comes with issues. All right, so let's get into it. All right, let's move on. Okay. Right, so now we're going to meet the new Queen Limerda of the Mars Kingdom Parliament. All right, and again, the Mars Kingdom Parliament. okay, is a latter spearheaded attempt at constitutional monarchy. So you already know this is gonna be a mess. It's a mess, like at its core. At its core, like it's a mess. Monarchy, constitutional monarchy, whatever you want to call it, it's a mess. Not only because of the fact that it's sort of its foundation lies in monarchy, but also because it's latter spearheaded. Latter is super suspect. We already know this. Okay, so this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be interesting. All right, I'm interested in the character. I'm interested in who this is and the people that are with Lamira. So this should be interesting. All right. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Let's go to the next chapter, chapter 16. All right, just again, just you know, to get a you know. Okay. All right, let's move on. Okay. All right. Chapter 16 is entitled I Will Put This World Right. All right, Alita. Let's go. We object to this outrage. The Union demands an explanation. The Mars Kingdom Parliament is recognized in the Treaty of 387. Oh dear me. I've caused quite the commotion. Yo, anytime you see a character with like a little like plush toy or teddy bear or something like that, yo. You already know this person is real. This person is no joke. All right, this is real stuff right here. All right, and this is Queen Lamira. Okay. All right, what are they so angry about, Joe? Well, ma'am, as you know, because of their thirst for territory, these countries sponsor our enemies to fight a proxy war on our soil. So this is Minister Johan, okay, or Johan. So they are angry because their minions are not here as well? I thought everyone knew we were coming. No, we are here solely at the discretion of Mr. Mbadi. It is vexing that I do not have a gun in my hand, yo. And of course it's the general speaking, right? He's just like extra, all about that brute force. The assassin of our king may be in this room. Calm yourself, General. Okay. I see what you're saying, but also relax a little bit. We did not come here to obtain vengeance or make war. I don't believe that, but okay. Keep moving. Koenig, say hi. Koenig? That's German for king. What? A toy bear? Yo. Hello, all. How do you do? Yo, this bear talking? That's not surprising at all. All right. It's interesting, though. It can't be. Did King Remsen hide his brain in a teddy bear to escape assassination? Hey. This is unexpected. Contact the Liberation Front at once. Well done. That was ventriloquism. The Queen's little joke. I don't know about that. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. I feel like she might have killed the king. But that's an assumption that I'm making. I'm not even necessarily upset about that necessarily. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know the specifics, right? But interesting so far. All right. I don't know if that's a joke. After all that we've seen. I wasn't sure how it would turn out for a while there. But let's be glad for even 3 months of aid. If we can recapture the spaceport, Ladder will owe us a debt. So this means I can finally get back to the battlefield. Queen's escort, Zazie. I just don't feel at home here. Zazie, we have one more job to do. Leviathan 1 is at point L2. We must rendezvous there with the New Order Support Corps. Okay. All right, let's see. Gosh, look at all these fish. I've only ever seen them in books. Are they all real, Joe? Yes, they are all real live fish. Ah, Mr. Mbadi. It's okay. If you hear something, it's just my cat. She's playing around. It's not a big deal. Okay. Ah, Mr. Mbadi. Thank you for your help. It was only your strong support that brought the session to agreement. I only did my duty. Queen Lamira, look who's here. It's Captain Mbadi, the man you've been longing to meet. Point L2 is one of the 5 Lagrange points in the lunar system. Okay. It's point L1, L2, L3, 4. Okay, that's interesting. New Order. Ladders interplanetary keepers of the peace under the command of Aga Mbadi. Yep. Right. Let's move on. Body trash. We already know this. Okay. Oh my. Do you like the aquarium? He's not like the guy on TV. Don't be rude, Koenig. I'd like to have an audience with you while your ship prepares for departure. Your Majesty? Don't worry, Zazzy. I've got Koenig with me. You don't mind if I come along? As you wish. The finest attraction of the Ketherez Aquarium. The Astro Ocean. Yo. That's pretty clean. That looks really nice. Alright. Wow, it's like a dream. She's like a child. Yeah, don't say that, because that's when you know somebody's underestimating somebody and then someone else, and that never ends well. To forge true peace and order in the universe, I would like you to trust that these are my only goals. Oh, please. 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 Okay. One day, when peace returns to Mars and the terraforming is complete, if we can create an ocean of our own, would you share some of these fish with us? Of course. And then she's like very happy about that. That was interesting. It looks like her smile is affected in body, but I feel like something else is happening there. Like it's not just her smile, but some other like ability or something. That's a promise. Such a sweet smile. Almost makes me forget who I am. Snap out of it. Okay. I haven't made this public yet, but I'd like the Kingdom Parliament to be the one to unify Mars. Is that so? Okay. And that's Koenig talking. Both the MRH and the MFB kill our children or capture them for use in a juvenile infantry. Latter is the main proponent of this abomination. Once the nanotech control theory is completed, the child killing policy will be moot. Just give us 30 to 50 years. Yo, folks, it just makes me laugh how they just say, yeah, 30 to 50 years. You'll be an old granny by then. Oh dear. The Kingdom Parliament has refused Methuselah. The Kingdom Parliament has refused Methuselahization. Do you mind telling me why? We're born, fall in love, have children, and die. The Kingdom Parliament wishes to preserve this natural cycle. That's fine for an age of war. Yet in peacetime, don't you think people will be strong enough to accept that they will age and die? I believe it is wrong to forge everyone to be that strong. Don't you agree? Queen Lemira, if there were some way for your father to rise from the ashes, perhaps even you would... Father. Forgive me. I got carried away and went too far. No, it's all right. And then Koenig's like, not nice. The nature of life and death is too weighty a burden for a mere human to bear. However, that is precisely why we believe that placing ourselves into the age-old cycle is, in the truest sense, life. Okay. It may be a cliche, but my father lives on in my heart. Such an inscrutable girl. A naive child one moment, an astute orator the next. Am I the one being tested here? Maybe. Death may come, but my ambitions will live on. Huh? That's a quote from Space and Body. Huh? Yo. Space and Body. Yo, TV show, I'm dead. Yo. Produced by Vesta Studios, 156 episodes and a dozen TV specials of this epic adventure aired between ES 543 and 556, based on the 25-volume series Space Hero Embody, by best-selling novelist and Sarah's resident Oleg Zaganyi. The action-packed drama follows Order, the interplanetary investigative team, from its creation to its demise. That's interesting. Okay, Captain Embody is played by Roy Nars. This is so funny. I'm just looking at all these names just so I have them in mind. Martian Warrior, Dr. Varys. Huh. Dr. Mirage. Okay. Interesting. All right. I probably should remember these names, but I'll come back to it. The writers embellished a lot. Oh, what about Duel on Pluto? When you were tossed into space without a spacesuit, and survived by using yoga techniques. I'm done. Yo, all fiction. You you deceived me. It's not real, but I didn't write the show. Don't believe everything you see. In 473, Dr. Varys committed unspeakable acts of nano-terrorism, but that was vanquished on Pluto. The Order perished, save for Captain Aga Mbadi. That's what the history books say. Yes, that's fact. What about your romance with Lakshmi? Or Lakshmi? Did that really happen? Lakshmi was the only woman I ever loved. But the truth was different from the novels and the TV series. Karan, the moon, or Karen, the moon of Pluto, hung over us as if it could drop from the sky at any moment. Alright. Methane snow fell upon the fell upon the negative 230 degrees Celsius dust, and we were alone, the only two left. The rest of my crew had all been killed. I had to bet that one of Varys' underlings might come to confirm our deaths. I cut all power to our spacesuits except for minimal heat so as to conserve the batteries. With yoga techniques, I lowered my breathing and heart rates and entered a near-death state. I'm cold, Captain. But Lakshmi hadn't mastered that technique. And so I lied to her. Go to sleep, Lakshmi. I'll save you. I lied to her. She believed what I told her completely and drifted gently to sleep like a baby. The slightest agitation in my breathing would have meant failure. In that moment, as the warmth slowly faded from Lakshmi's body, the soul of the man who loved her died with her. My entire crew died in that battle. Only I, their captain, survived. What did they all die for? The answer was obvious. To bring order to the world. Every decision I made was correct. And above the results, I have not the smallest regret. Oh boy. Woo, that was rough. But of course, right now, that's what folks, a lot of folks do that, right? They, they use the death of a loved one to, what's the word I'm looking for? To defend, like, atrocities. All right. I'm so sorry. I never meant any open old wounds. Running makeup, Lemira. Those days are long past. But this is strange. I've never told that to anyone before. Why did I tell you? Why did you, sir? Why did you embody? It's because she probably has some ability. Right? And this is just speculation. This is just, ridiculous speculation. But we've seen nanotech. We've seen what nanotech is able to do. We understand this. We've seen what nanotech is able to do without us even being able to see the nanotech, right? Because it's nanotech, right? In a sense, right? In terms of like the air, like it been sort of being in the air and being able to transmit, like electromagnetic waves to other people's and to affect their brain functions and to affect the decisions that they make. All right. Embody stopped Alita cold in her tracks. Okay, we've seen that happen at the beginning of Last Order. Not the beginning of Last Order, but like the beginning of the last stream, or the part 2 of the Battle Angel Alita Last Order Read-A-Thon. So it's not far fetched for me to to come to that conclusion. All right, I'm not the hero from TV. I'm sorry to let you down. No, not at all. Knowing that someone like you really exists made my whole journey worthwhile. But before you save the world, you must save yourself. Oh boy. Hmm. Okay. Ah. Was this? What is this? This weight on my heart. I want to cry out. I want to tell her. Your Majesty, the one who ordered your father's assassination was me. I. Yeah. Yo. Yo. We should not be surprised. This man is scum. Yo. We should not be surprised, yo. Oh, Queen Limera, I swear, I will put it right. This entire world, yo. We should not be surprised at all, yo. At all. Okay. What's wrong? The starboard side, it feels a bit light. Mass reads in mass reads in usual range. Okay. If you say so. Samoyed 1. Okay. Maybe it's my imagination. Okay, if you say so, Samoyed 1. Maybe it's my imagination. I'll go check outside. Be careful, Zazie. All right. We got a problem. Someone's coming to check on things. I thought you hacked the AI sensors. I can fool machines, but it's hard to put one over on human intuition. Oh, snap. Yo. She got a hunter's knife. That's legit. Whew. Oh, yo. Yo. Okay. She coming through. Well, whoever this is, I'm not gonna assume gender, but yeah, this person's coming through. They coming through. All right. Yo. Wham. Wow. Yo, that knife though. Oh, stab the hand. Wham. Yeah. Oh, okay. This person clean. This person clean. What do we have here? Looks like I've caught some stowaways. Uh-oh. 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 Yo. 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 All right. We got another person of color. All right, who is looking very dope. And all right, so chapter 16 end. That was a good chapter. I like that chapter. Very interesting. Like a lot of sort of like speculation. I feel like Lemira clearly has some sort of ability that allows her to affect people, but you know, all right. But very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Okay. So that was a good chapter. That was a good chapter. I like that chapter. That was cool. That was cool. All right, let's move on to the next chapter. Yo, facts, Michael. Like the show looks super cheesy. It was kind of like kind of reminded me of like if you've ever watched a sci-fi TV show, there's oftentimes there will be a like a parody of the show itself embedded into the show, or there's always a parody of that show like somewhere else, like outside of the show's confines, narrative confines. So stuff like that is always very funny to me, and that just had a feel like Space and Body just had a feel of like that. Like it's super cheesy and funny, and it's meant to be. I think it's like those parodies are usually meant to be very funny. So, it is what it is. Zaz's design is dope. I love that design. Very cool, very cool. All right, let's keep it going. All right, very, very dope design. Very dope design. Let's see. Okay. All right, let's get back to it. Phase 17 is entitled "And When Their Day Comes." Okay. Boom. Came through. Emergency. Suit pressure and temp dropping fast. Yo. Oh, this man dying. All right. Closed it up. Closed the cut up. Pressure stable now. You okay, boss? Of course I'm not okay, damn it. We're in it real deep. Yo. I found some stowaways. I'll dispose of them. A real Martian warrior. A professional killer. Yeah, let's get it. This isn't someone we can fool or buy off. Alita, this is it. Let's surrender. Ping, you fool. Can't you see it in her eyes? Go out there with a white flag and she'll tear you in half. Leave this to me. That's right. Alita's from Mars too. Even so, yo, yo, the marks, yo, they both battle warriors. She's probably a Pontokun's martial artist. She Zazzy's probably a Pontokun's martial artist. Is she really going to fight stuck in that thing? Yep. Against her? Yep. Am I the only one who can see she hasn't got a prayer? Damn, I'm passing out. Boss! Okay, let's get it. Whoosh. Coming through with the knife. Oh. Try to slice. Through the hand out. Okay. I guess try to block her vision. Try to block Zazzy try to block Alita's vision. Whoa, what is that? Oh, I guess an air burst for movement. Whoa. That was cool. Blam, blam, blam. Oh, Zazzy coming through. But, yo, she deflected my knife with one hand, but I blocked her field of vision. How? Yo. Changing, the Chinese martial art of listening. She read my movements through the hand I touched her with. Yo. Come on, Alita. Come through, Alita. Let's go. Oh, they going in, though. They going in, though. I've got nothing against you, but this is a matter of survival. Okay. Oh, she did that fist. That's like, yo, when somebody punches you like that, oh, the pain. It's like somebody like just like hit you with like a stick. It's like someone like hit you with like a bow staff or something like that. It's just an intense, like this, it's a sharp pain. It's like a sharper pain. Oh. Okay. Lita coming through. Zazzy just like, nah, we got it. Spin move. All right. No effect at all. Oh yeah. In a zero gravity state, there's no resistance. The laws of action and reaction translate directly. I knew it. I bet you've trained long and hard with gravity, but out here you're an amateur. Try to remember that training I got so long ago. Yeah. She's from Mars, y'all. Okay, flashback, yo. Flashback. Now listen up. Don't forget the basics. Strikes and Tai Sabaki moves that are effective at zero gravity are at the heart of every fundamental Pontokun's technique. Ooh. Okay, all right. Pontokun's is no joke. We already knew this though. Watch. Seize part of your opponent's body, then strike. Physically, it's ideal to target his center of gravity, but that makes your fist trajectory easy to read. If he grabs you, throw him off balance. Victory depends on tactical use of contact points. Learn to fight in 0G, and you master movement in any gravity. That is the philosophy behind Panzerkunst. Boom, slam. Yo, what is that? Oh, the air burst. She improved all of a sudden? Never thought she'd give me such a hard time. Hey, let's go. Come on, Alita. You already know what it is. You're good. Whose dog are you? Panzerkunst. She was like, I'm not even trying to answer your question. No, we good. We boxing. Let's go. Panzerkunst. Hutzaheim. Yo, let's go. Zoom. Well, what? Yeah. Negating my Hutzaheim with a vibration of the same wavelength. Let's get it. Let's go, Zazzy. Yeah, come on. Why so shocked? Oscillation punches aren't so rare anymore. Yo! Yo, the humbling of Alita. Ugh. The suit won't last if I increase the output. Mm-hmm. And you claim to be a student of the legendary Martian martial art? Yo! The shade, though. The shade, though. Learn your place. Slice. Boom. All right, let's keep it moving, y'all. Okay. She sure is pushy. But her fighting style makes sense in space. Instead of attacking me, she's attacking the suit. Yep. Okay. It'll be hazardous for me to keep fighting much longer. That's right. Maybe now I'm good enough to pull that off. One of the few moves that Gelda taught us personally. What I'll show you now might be too much, since you've only just mastered the Herzahyum. It's one of the Pontokun's, I can't pronounce that. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Geheimnis? Or Geheimnis? I don't know. Not sure. A secret technique. I'm sorry I butchered that. I apologize. My apologies. A secret technique. It may look simple, but master it and you'll surpass even the most formidable foe. There's no harm in learning it. All right, let's see what she's doing. So a parry, I guess. She starts with like, Let's see. Hey, that's a Geheimnis. Okay, that was the Verslag. Can't you hear it, Erica? Ah, this is interesting. Yo, Verslag. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I'm probably not. All right, Alita's going in. Bam. So she hit her. This is interesting. All right. They're still moving to 0G. It's very odd. It's very just the movements and like a very interesting. All right. Boom, boom. Okay, so she's moving with her little like jetpack. What's that sound? There was no contact, so it wasn't an oscillation punch, but my ears are ringing. Anyway, her suit's about to come apart, and I don't have much thruster or fuel left. I'll end it with this attack. Ah, interesting. The first Verslag isn't meant to destroy its target. Instead, the shockwave it produces ricochets inside the enemy's body like a rubber ball, eventually settling in the extremities. Strike like a needle at the point where the shockwave is focused, and that energy explodes inside the body. It's called Panzerkunst Geheimnis Herzahnadel. Whoa. Oh, she struck at that point. I think the same point. Uh-oh. Wham. Yo. Destruction of the arms. Both my arms destroyed in an instant. But I just need to ram you into the ship to shatter your suit. Okay, she's still focused though. Huh? Wow. Oh, wow. What's wrong? Push a little further and you win. Now do I have your respect? Huh. You are strong. But I can't allow someone dangerous enough to defeat me on Queen Lemira's ship. Your Majesty. Coming to serve you finally brought meaning to my life. On the battlefield, life is nothing but a target. No matter how good we get at killing, even the greatest warriors will die one day. And what will we leave behind when that time comes? Will we be simply forgotten like the names of the numberless rank and file? Your Majesty, I will protect you. And I will protect the future you're trying to create. That is the meaning I found for my life. I'm glad my last fight was with a foe like you. She's going to self-destruct. Zazie, stop! You, Your Majesty, I won't allow you to die like this. When did she get out here? When did she get out there? Come back, you're in danger. Huh? I can't stop. Your Majesty. Boom. Hello, Alita. Stay away from the Queen. No. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. You're not a bad person at all. What's your name? Alita. It's Yoko. Ah. Interesting. That was a good chapter. I will say one thing. I'm glad that. One thing I'm glad about. I'll say two things. One thing I'm glad about before we move on to chapter 18 is I'm glad that Zazie has a great design. She looks dope. I'm not sure what pronouns using, but I'm assuming she. Just because that's what it seems like Kishido Sensei is going with in terms of the story. But I'm not sure, right? So I don't know. But if y'all could let me know. You know, if it's like a spoiler, that's a spoiler that I don't mind. But I like that Kishido didn't just get rid of Zazie like quick, fast, and in a hurry. That bothers me at times, right? When you have a character that looks so great and is very interesting and could be amazing, and then they just fleeting. I don't like that. Especially when they're characters of color. I don't like that. It bugs me. You know. So I'm glad that she's still here. That Zazie's still here. Now, what I will say is that I don't like seeing characters of color in sort of like subservient roles. That bugs me. Where she's like, I'm gonna follow you, my queen. And I'm like, I don't like that. I think like at this point it's like, you know, you could have flipped it. I mean, it still would be problematic because there's like a Your Majesty role. I don't believe in like kings and queens and any of that stuff. Like monarchy. No, I don't like it. All right, but you know, that like I'm not saying, oh, this is the destruction of Battle Angel Alita Last Order and now I hate it or anything like that. It's something that I'm going to mention. If it's something that bugs me, I'm going to mention it. I'm not gonna keep it to myself and then be like, whatever. No, I think it's something that bugs me, and I think it's something that it rubs me the wrong way. So I'll say that. So that's what I'm gonna say on that. I think folks can understand why it rubs me the wrong way. It's just a combination of things, right? It's not just that, you know, she's sort of in a subservient role and she's like, I'm gonna protect, you know, Your Majesty, who kind of reads is, you know, who sort of reads as white, in a sense, in that, you know, in a sort of supremacy kind of mode. It's I don't like it, but I'm gonna keep reading. All right. So does that. It's like I need to think about it more because there's other things that are involved in what's sort of happening here. You know, so I still want to comment on it, but that's just my gut feeling. That's just where I'm coming from, just from things that I've seen before. That's how I feel about it. So before we move on to chapter 18, that's just what I want to say. All right. Yeah. All right. But I think the chapter was great. The Pansakun's martial arts was great. Like, that was awesome. I will say, I think usually Kishido is better about explaining certain moves and going into more detail about those moves. I wanted more detail in terms of what was sort of going on there. I think like it was interesting, but usually there's more to it than that. I would like to see more of that, you know. Yeah, you know. But I think anytime I see those sorts of roles, it always rubs me the wrong way. I think like that's just like, and it's not to say that like, you know, I think Kishido is doing that on purpose to sort of like say this is how it is. But I think it's like this is a thing that I don't like. Like I just don't like it, right? Like I shouldn't like it. I don't like it. So for me, I want to see more, but like, and that's why I said I'm glad that Kishido didn't just like kill Zazie off, and you know, and that was it, and that was sort of like their story, and that was like Zazie's story. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more. I would like to see more, and I want to see where Kishido's going to take it. I'm just saying at the moment, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. All right. I think that's no. To me, I think that's what's going on there. Like even like, and the thing is, what sort of irks me and is that there are instances where you people will sort of try to write it as like I've made this decision to protect you, to follow you, because I have this belief in what you're doing, as opposed to I have my own beliefs and I'm going to go ahead and follow those beliefs and do what I want to do, and outside of someone else's sort of like beliefs. You know what I mean? Like I think it's just like I see that a lot. And I think I will say, like, I don't know. I think that's just how I feel about it. And oftentimes that's kind of how it's That's how it's presented to me. What I will say is that I'm not saying like, I'm not saying like anything like Zazi's like a slave or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? But I do think that there's clearly like sort of like a hierarchy there. Right, there's like the sort of like the warrior class, and I think that's something that we've seen quite frequently. And I think one thing that Alita sort of like stands for is like the ability to sort of like, at least in this narrative, this ability to sort of be a warrior and to revolt and to enact revolutionary and to perform revolutionary acts as a warrior, as someone with that history. So I think that's great. But that's how I feel about it, and I think, again, I'm not just speaking as sort of like Alita in terms of like in a vacuum, but it's like whenever I see these things, I always think about the context of all these other stories that exist and the sort of pattern that exists in those stories. I'm always going to think that way because I can't think any other sort of like way in that sense. I have to be aware of everything else that's going on, yeah. All right. But again, there's more to it. So I have to get into that. But I have to like, reread, look through it, be a bit more specific about the things that rub me the wrong way. But I'll say that's all I'll say about that. So I'm gonna move on to chapter 18. All right. All right. Phase 18 is entitled 100 Years. All right. So let's move on. Wow. Okay. All right, Leviathan 1. One of the 5 interstellar colonial spaceships built at the Earth Lunar Lagrange points more than 200 years ago. Other nations' distrust of its antimatter annihilation engine was one of the main causes of the terraforming wars, in which 4 of the 5 ships were destroyed. The sole surviving vessel is prohibited from moving by ladder treaty and serves as a space colony. Uh-oh. That's about the biggest Chekhov gun I've seen in a while, right? Here is this weapon that is like that causes here is this weapon of mass destruction that is not doing weapon of mass destruction things at the moment, but probably will be doing weapons of mass destruction things later on. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, ow. Okay. Be nice. I'm hurt, Count your blessings. Saving the queen is the only reason you're not in the brig. I'm sorry. I wanted to talk more. Your Majesty. Change your undies every day, Mr. Ping. I'll do that. Zazie, don't you have anything to say? No, I don't. Aw, you're so shy. We'll be staying here 2 or 3 days, so if you need anything, you can all keep your distance. Yo. Oh, okay. We'll be staying here 2 or 3 days. So if you need anything, and then this guy says like, you can all keep your distance. All right. Used guns, firearms. Oh boy. All right. I got low mass ammo, admin approved. All kinds of equipment in bulk and cheap. This isn't like Ketherez at all. Nah. It may be part of the Federation, but most folks here are foreign, with no unanimous to deal with. They've opened up the centrifugal gravity district to war games. brings in foreign cash. Huh. So, where are we off to next? I've got a few errands to run. Okay. The combat chamber right here. The combat chamber right here. Got your affairs in order? No shooting in the neutral zone, and no damage to colony bulkheads. Read this booklet for the other rules. They're 10 megasoul each. It ain't free. Megasoul, a unit of currency used in the inner planets. Okay. Where's your weapon? We rent our firearms. No thanks. No way. Oh, no thanks. No way I'm fighting in there. I got a pal in the field clinic. Head for the neutral zone, man. Okay. Oh boy. So we hear a lot of war, shooting, gunfights. Next. Ooh, just covered in blood. Good. My goodness. Next. Oh, just oof. Hey there. Yo, been a while. Doctor, that's the healthy leg. Oh, okay. Yo, don't bother me with details. What's the difference? We're making a cyborg. Wow. You got a minute? Huh? You want that taken off too? Wow, just brutal. It's me. Have you forgotten me, Rem? What do you want, Pingwu? Could we let bygones be bygones? He done fucked up. He done messed up. Ha! A bit late for that. It's been 100 years. Doctor, what about the anesthesia? Oh boy. You sure have changed. A century is enough time for a person. For the whole world to change. The naive girl who loved a hero. That Remray is gone. Today's Remray is a surgeon, specializing in sawing things off. Yo. Martin told me you were dead. That jerk. But look, here I am, alive and well. Is that so? She's smoking a cigarette. Are you really alive? If you think you're alive just because your heart's beating and you're still wandering around, you're wrong. I can tell you, you're not truly alive without someone who'll share your joy and sorrow. I don't get what you mean. Fine. Longevity doesn't cure stupidity. That's true. You've got a cute friend riding with you. Don't fall in love with him. Nothing good will come of it. I know. Fine, I get the picture. Going to see Martin, right? I'll take you. Old time's sake. Okay, somebody playing golf. Wow, that's wealth if I ever seen it. Like anytime well, golf is like such a wealth sport. And it's not and right, it doesn't mean that people who aren't wealthy or well off don't play golf, right? Like don't play golf. That's not what I'm saying. It's just like golf is historically is like a game that like wealthy people play. At least in these I would say that. I would say that. All right. Like in terms of like I would say that. And even more recently that's only gotten more pronounced. Okay. Oh, the ball slicing all weird. Wow, and there's just guns in the field. Man, just golfing in a war zone. That's a metaphor if I've ever seen one. Or symbolism if I've ever seen one. You got to take the Coriolis force into account, like this. Oh, thank you. Oh, this guy's gross. Hope he dies. Hey, there, see? Hehe. Hello? Whack. Hey, you. Who's being mean to me? Who's being so mean to me? You're looking well, Martin. Ha! Coriolis effect. I've heard of this. I remember learning about this before. An inertial force that occurs within a rotating frame of reference, described by French engineer Gaspard Gustave Coriolis, 1792 to 1843. In 1835. I think the Coriolis effect is like it explains like why like toilets spin like in a particular way or something like that. But I don't know. I don't know if that's like I don't know if that's like a, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know if that's fiction or not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I remember like learning about that from a Simpsons episode, and then also remember like learning that like it like the Coriolis effect does have effects on different things um uh like water currents and stuff like that. Um, okay, but y'all can tell me if that's true or not. I'll look into it. I'll look into it. All right. Ping, you're alive? God, I miss you so much. So you're the main commodities distributor in Leviathan 1 now? You sure made it big. Yep. How? Ping. What happened to your hand? Hmm? Oh, this little thing? I got it thanks to you betraying me. And then he punched him with the he punched him with the hand. Good stuff, good stuff. I'm here for payback with 100 years interest, yo. Eek, I'm sorry. Figured Martin would have the good stuff. Care to join me? I'll pass. You seem to have quite a story. But did Ping tell you about his past? Not a word. That's no surprise. He was a superstar in the underworld. Wasn't a hacker alive who didn't follow the Weasel's exploits. Ping was the Weasel. Martin was the skunk. Together, there was no security system they couldn't crack. Sure, they'd pilfer money from bank accounts every now and again, just to get by. But those boys had big ideals. After the war ended, things just kept getting worse. Methuselization paved the way for strict breeding controls. The next generation became a threat, not a promise. And hackers like Weasel went into open revolt. Revolution, y'all. He was so cool back then. It was all like a dream. Until one day, an anti-hacker called Trinidad showed up at Ladder. He started killing off all of Weasel's hacker buddies, one by one. Weasel felt totally cornered, so he proclaimed that he was going to attack Kethres head on. He wanted to finish off Trinidad, hack into Mel, and take over Ladder. A one-man coup d'etat. Even an amateur like me could see it was hopeless. We argued, so he left me, and went to Kethres. You can imagine the rest. 100 years. It seems like forever, and like only yesterday. Looking back on it, it seems like nothing at all. Enough reminiscing. You're embarrassing me. And just so you know, the plan would have succeeded if this guy hadn't freaked out and bailed. Ping, there's one thing I've always wanted to ask you. Yeah? Do you still have a dream to change the world? Just starts laughing. Change the world? What a waste of time. People aren't worth saving. The ridiculous pipe dream of an immature little boy? Forget it. I see. Of course. Then I'll forget it. Goodbye. What's her problem? Number 100. I'm already. Okay. Master. What are you doing? I need to borrow some electricity. Okay. Wait a minute. That. Huh? A blackout? Yo. Uh-oh. Enough juice there, little fella? I was almost bone dry. Fill her up. It's his treat. Yeah. Eek. That's right. When I think about it, it's as if I created this world myself. If I hadn't stolen Methuselization technology and given it to everyone 200 years ago, not even Ladder would exist. Look at that. Out there, kids are carrying guns and killing each other. This combat chamber probably wouldn't exist either. You want to know what I'm trying to say? I'm saying I created this world, so everything you own is mine too. What? We may be pals, but that's going too far. Shut up. Boom. A blockhead like you's got no right to talk back to me. Piece of crap. Ooh, he got smacked with that. Yo, he got smacked. I I've had a hard time too, you know. But how would you know? Wham! Ooh, okay. Laugh at me all you want, but I'm more useful to people than you ever were. Now you've done it. Bring it on. You fat slug. Ugh, I hate you. And they fought each other until they were tired. In 2 months, I'll storm Ketherez again. Huh? No more high ideals. Just a test of will. I won't make it back alive this time. Oh, he got a death wish. Well, how do you feel? Never been better. Hey, Alita's back. Okay, is that the end of the chapter? Very nice. The structure, oh, okay, so this is a bonus. The structure of Leviathan. All right. Okay, and there's like a little... Okay. Interesting. All right, all right. All right, there are a lot of translation notes. Oh, that's cool. Some of these like help a lot when it comes to the techniques. Nice. All right, so there are 2 short stories here. I think maybe I'll read these short stories if they're not Alita related, then I'll read them like in a separate stream on my own. You know, well, not on my own, but like, oh yeah, like I'll read them in a separate stream, and maybe I'll put them in, I'll like, or maybe I'll read them on my own. And I'll talk about them. I don't know. If y'all feel like they're like reaction worthy, let me know. You know. Yeah. So I mean, I think this is the thing, right? It's like, I'm not like I think the thing for me is like, you know, what's really clear, Madame Zalika, right, is like to like this idea of sort of like following individuals and following their ideals as opposed to having a very solid idea of what your ideals are and what your goals are, and are those goals in line with someone else, and are you working with someone as opposed to following someone. I think that's the thing that's the thing for me, you know. And I think what like in a lot of ways what you often see is that when you follow a particular individual, or you know, or something like that, that can lead to certain things. I think you always want to work with people, and that's a belief of mine, you know, because that sort of leader follower sort of structure tends to lead to power dynamics that, you know, it's not always necessarily like a bad thing per se, but it's like too often it leads to bad like power dynamics. So that's just how I feel about that. When it comes to golf, super elitist sport. You know, definitely one of the most elitist sports out there. There are others too, but I'm gonna read them on my own. So I'll probably read those stories on my own. How can you? Where can you read this manga? Buy it on. You can read it on. You can buy it through Comixology. You could read it through there. You can buy it off of, you know, you could buy the omnibus editions online through Kodansha. You know, you can buy them digitally. That's what I did. And they're great. You know, so that's where I would read them. Yeah. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna stop here, just because, you know, like I said, this reaction was gonna be short. It's 6:13. I had such a busy day like yesterday. You know, we had a holiday party. It was long, but it was awesome. But we also got home at like 3 in the morning, and then we didn't get to bed until probably like 3 3:30 or something like that. And then I woke up pretty late today. I think I woke up at like 11:30, which is like super late to me. And didn't start streaming until like 5. So, or 5, like a little past 5. So I'm gonna stop here. I think these chapters were pretty good. All right. There are a lot of characters that I like. Okay. But I'm always gonna be I'm always going to be critical if I feel the need to be critical. You know what I mean? If I'm like, something's off there. But I think, yeah, it comes with translator notes. It does. Yeah. So I would definitely check them out. Whether it's the print edition or the digital edition, they come with the translator notes, and I really like the translator notes. They're very helpful and they're super useful. The Descender stream is going to happen very soon. Look out for that. It's not going to happen today, but it'll definitely happen during between Monday and Wednesday. Most likely it'll end up happening tomorrow, because I don't have too many things to react to, like in terms of Weekly Shonen Jump that I need to catch up with. So those streams won't be super long. So I can do a Descender stream probably, if not tomorrow, then Tuesday. So we'll see. But these chapters are great. I really loved reading them. Again, these characters are so interesting. Again, Kishido has a great way of, explaining certain things when it comes to the battles, when it comes to the politics of, the world building. Just very interesting, right? Like these characters that you just want to be like, you so like, ugh, I'm not super interested in you. Like you must be interested in them, right? Like he makes that happen because these characters, like, right, this character, I can't remember his name. I'm terrible with these characters and their name. Terrible. Let me go back. Say Pin. Right? I'm gonna say Ping, right? Like Ping is a character that I'm like, oh, he bugs me, but important character, revolutionary ideals, and it's kind of like an example of like a revolutionary thinker who, in some ways got kind of, what's the word I'm looking, disillusioned in some ways. And that's a very sad thing. But I'm still invested in like his story arc and where he's going and what he plans to do and how he's going to do it. And the fact that he has Alita with him is kind of reinvigorating these sort of like revolutionary thoughts and ideals. And it's interesting to see and see them work together. Of course, it's more complicated than that, right? But I'm looking forward to it. I'm very much looking forward to it. And what I also think is very interesting is you really get to see in these sorts of chapters, like individuals who have these revolutionary ideals and these but become disillusioned because of not just because of sort of like acts done by the oppressive governments that they're fighting against, but because of the acts of the revolutionaries themselves, and how that has sort of like a domino effect, right? When one prominent revolutionary becomes disillusioned, that has an effect on others who have similar revolutionary ideals. So that's why it's very important, that it's not just, right, like, that's why, I think the follower sort of like leader sort of like mentality kind of leads to that sort of domino effect. At times, I'm not saying that it always happens, but it happens often enough. And I will say, I'm not saying that like, oh, everyone here is like terrible because there's that sort of dynamic, but I think that it's a dynamic that clearly exists here, and that happened in this narrative. But I'm very invested in seeing where the narrative is going now that we're like, yo, let's go, we moving, like we move, I'm very invested in it. All right, seeing where we're going in the next few chapters. So I don't have Omnibus Edition 2, so I have to buy that. I'm gonna buy that tomorrow, and then digitally. That way I can start reading the series and start reacting to it probably next weekend. All right, so great chapters. All right, I'm looking forward to Zazie. Looking forward to it. Yeah, the first, like, right, like I have the first volume of Descender. I do. I just haven't gotten around to reading it because there are quite a few comics that like I have that I am either reading on my own or I just haven't started them yet. But Descender is one that I have. Descender is one that I haven't started because you all have talked about how much you want me to react to it. So I've been saving that for a reaction. So that reaction will come out probably, if not tomorrow, then Tuesday. So one of those 2 days. But I definitely want to start it. All right. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to Michael, Justine. All right. Okay. Shout out to How Can I Touch You If You're Not Real. All right. And everybody, and Lord Peanut. Shout out to all y'all that came through in the chat. Okay. This was shout out to y'all for coming through to part 3 of the Battle Angel Alita Last Order Read-A-Thon. Usually these readathons are much longer because I'm reading more chapters, but I can't buy volume 2 right now. I'm not volume 2, but omnibus, the second omnibus. But I am going to, and once I have that, I'll be reading through way more chapters. But it's good to just like have streams that end a volume. The only time I ever I think there were other times where I ended a deluxe edition, right? When I was reading Battle Angel Alita, and I continued because it was so good. But this is great, but it's a nice place to stop, right? Like it's a good end to this omnibus, first omnibus. So when I get to buy it, the second omnibus, I'm gonna buy it. It'll be great. It's gonna be dope, and I'll start reacting to it. All right. So thank y'all for coming through. All right, to part 3 of the Battle Angel Alita Last Order Read-A-Thon. Okay. And look out for other reactions tomorrow. All right. I won't tell you exactly which ones, but probably some weekly Shonen Jump reactions just to make sure that I'm caught up. I'm definitely going to start, you'll see The Promised Neverland, My Hero. All right, you're going to see those. If Spy Family came out, you might see Spy Family. You might also see Spy Family tomorrow. And then Tuesday will probably be, Descender, Basada, other things that I've really been looking forward to, like, reading more of. All right? So thank y'all for coming through. Okay, I'm the Black Manga Critic. And, Michael. Yeah, I definitely want to see, react to the Lucy Solo series. That's dope. I'm looking forward to that. All right? So thank y'all for coming through. Okay? I'm the Black Manga Critic. And